I'm not saying that there couldn't have been something, unsavory going on at that point in time. What I'm saying is that, look, is sometimes we get ourselves bogged in all these unnecessary foraging, unnecessary fault finding, you want to call it, or just sort of prospecting for things that might not be there. It is normal for any administration to reshuffle its government.
The Defense Headquarters had dismissed a false and misleading report by an online platform suggesting that the cancellation of Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary activities was linked to an alleged coup plot. According to the report, 16 military officers from the rank of captain to brigadier general were allegedly detained by the defense intelligence agencies for purportedly holding secret meetings to overthrow the government.
The 16 people who are reported to have been arrested because of some rumored coup was because of some lack of career progression on their part and this and that. I couldn't understand that. I'm an academic. If I teach a student and he or she is not doing very well in my class, I don't detain him. I don't jail him or her. I don't send him out to detention because of his or her lack of ability to understand what I'm teaching or to grapple with some fundamentals. No. So that is why, so in other words, what came out of the military headquarters that I read doesn't really help.
Somebody bringing up issues around coup is not a new story. It is something that the defense intelligence is expected to watch every day, both those in the US, those in the UK, those that are working for different countries. Their defense intelligence to ensure that they continue to watch. Why are they watching? Because they know that there's propensity for some military officers at different point in time to want to begin to think in a particular direction that is against democracy. So it is not something that people just throw issues of coup out there as if it is something that is not part of what government is all about. It's something that the whole security apparatus all over the world are structured to ensure that things like that are monitored.
It began as a whisper, soft, uncertain, like a secret escaping the lips of a frightened insider. By morning, it has spread across Abuja, across news corridors, through WhatsApp groups, news corridors, and the echoing barracks of the Nigerian army. A coup, an alleged attempt to overthrow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The headlines came fast. 16 officers arrested, plots uncovered, Independence Day parade cancelled, fear ripped through Aso Rock. But before the dust could settle, the Defense Headquarters released a stern statement denying everything. No coup, no plots, no panic. So what really happened? Was this simply another social media illusion, or something deeper, darker, and more deliberate? Because in Nigeria, rumors don't just appear, they are planted. And every planted story carries a message, and that is what we are about to uncover in this video. This is the story of the coup that never was, or perhaps a warning shot. It was early October of 2025, a period already thick with tension. Economic hardship was biting deep. The naira was in free fall. Public anger against Tinubu's reforms had reached a boiling point. Then came the rumor. According to Sahara Reporters, a platform known for bold exposures dropped a shocking claim that 6 Nigerian army officers had been arrested for plotting to overthrow President Bola Tinubu. According to the report, the plot was tied to Nigerians' 65th Independence Day parade, and those detained include senior officers linked to the office of the National Security Advisor. Within hours, the story went viral. Twitter exploded. Some citizens mocked the government. Others whispered that a storm was brewing inside the military. But the Defense Headquarters reacted fast, calling the story false, malicious, and destabilizing. The military reaffirmed loyalty to the Constitution, warning against any attempt to sow panic. Still, Nigerians weren't convinced. Why? Because the reaction came too fast, too emotional, and too defensive. If it truly was just fake news, Why did it shake the nation so deeply? Why did the government cancel the Independence Day parade so sudden that same week in the corridors of power? Some say the rumor wasn't random at all, that someone somewhere wanted to test Tinubu's strength or perhaps his fear. In Nigerian politics, nothing leaks by accident. To understand this mystery, we must ask the oldest question in politics: who benefits? At the time of the alleged coup, Tinubu's presidency was under immense pressure. Fuel prices had tripled. University unions threatened strikes. Hunger, pain across the country. Issues of insecurity. And from the north, whispers of discontent were growing louder. So, when the coup rumor exploded, it suddenly shifted public conversation. No one was talking about the hardship or insecurity. All eyes turned to the possibility of military takeover. Was that coincidence or strategy? Some analysts believe that the coup scare may have been a distraction tactics, a way to redirect public anger, unite the political class behind Tinubu, and justify tightening internal control. Think about it. When a leader faces too much civilian criticism, what better way to silence dissenting voices than to invoke the fear of soldiers? But there is another theory, even a darker one, that the coup rumor wasn't just about distraction. It was a loyalty test, a signal planted to see who would panic, who would speak out, and who might secretly celebrate the idea of Tinubu's fall. Inside the barracks, phones were quietly checked, meetings monitored, and names written down. Because in Nigerian politics, every rumor is also a census of loyalty. Whether fake or real, the coup talk became a mirror, showing Tinubu who stood with him and who didn't. A retired colonel told a journalist, "The government doesn't need a real coup to start a purge. It only needs the rumor of one." Days after the rumor spread, something unusual happened. President Bola Tinubu announced a major military shakeup. Service chiefs were replaced. New commanders were appointed. Old loyalties quietly rearranged. To the public, it looked like routine governance. But to those who read between the lines, it was a message. The president trusts few and watches all. Some insiders claim that Tinubu had long suspected elements within the Nigerian armed forces were not fully loyal to his southern presidency. Some senior officers still hauled there from the north, a legacy of decades of northern control over the military establishment. The coup rumor then provided the perfect cover, a reason to reshuffle without raising eyebrows. Tinubu, ever the strategist, seems to have borrowed from the same playbook of the past: replace, reshuffle, and reassert control under the guise of security necessity. One Lagos-based commentator put it bluntly: this wasn't a coup attempt, it was a political audit, and some people failed the test. While the public debates whether there was a coup or not, something else was happening behind the scenes. A quiet power struggle within Aso Rock itself. Sources close to the presidency suggest the coup rumor may have originated not from the military, but from a leak inside the presidency, possibly between rival intelligence factions. You see, Tinubu's government is not monolithic. There are factions. The Lagos technocrats loyal to Tinubu's political past, the Northern Security Bloc still loyal to the North, and the new Abuja power brokers seeking influence in Tinubu's inner circle. Each side watches the other. Each side leaks information when it suits them. So when the coup rumor broke, it wasn't just the military being tested, it was Tinubu's own circle that was also being tested. One narrative suggests that a faction within the intelligence community leaked the story to expose moles and observe reactions, a kind of a psychological operation meant to reveal who was talking to the press, who was feeding anti-government narratives, and who might be planning something bigger. But others argue that this was retaliation, an insider trying to embarrass the presidency to show the world that Tinubu's control is weaker than it appears. Either way, the coup story became a battlefield of information warfare, a chess game of leaks and denials, played not just by soldiers but by strategists. Days have passed since the rumor died down. No arrest confirmed on that. No trials. No evidence of a coup attempt. Just silence. But silence in Nigerian politics is rarely empty. It often hides a deeper message, a warning shot across the bow of power. Because sometimes, rumor serves as a reminder that the presidency may command the soldiers, but the soldiers still hold the guns. Could this be what really happened? A coded message from the military establishment to Tinubu: respect the balance or risk losing it. Nigeria's democracy has survived for over 2 decades, but the ghost of 1966, 1983 and 1993 still haunted. The barracks remember, the streets remember, and power in Nigeria always walk with one eye on the man in uniform. For Tinubu, the coup that never was may have been more than a rumor. It may be a reality check, a reminder that even a civilian president, no matter how powerful, rules are only by the patience of the forces around him. The defense headquarters may deny it, the presidency may laugh it off, but beneath the surface, a message has been sent and well received. In the end, no coup happened. No tanks rode through Abuja. No general took over Aso Rock. But a seed was planted, a seed of doubt, of mistrust, of silent calculation. For a country with a history of soldiers and statesmen exchanging thrones, every rumor becomes a rehearsal for chaos. Maybe there was no coup, just a reminder that in Nigeria, democracy is still young, and its heartbeats are still flutters between fear and control. President Bola Tinubu may survive a rumor coup, but the question remains, was it a rumor meant to destroy him, or a warning meant to guide him? In Abuja, nothing leaks by accident, and in Nigerian politics, even silence can sound like thunder. If you have watched this video to this point now, you know, every rumor has a motive, and every silence has a meaning. So what do you think? Was this really a coup that was never, or a warning shot to the seat of power? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and stay tuned for more deep political documentaries right here on Frank Speaks.